The lost city of Atlantis is hidden beneath the kilometers of ice. The city would have thrived when Antarctica was a warm, tropical region, and would have been buried after the Ice Age froze the continent. Strangest discoveries in Antarctica. Every single day people discover new and fascinating things around the world. For centuries, Antarctica has captured our imaginations. From the historic first explorers of the 1800s to the bold scientists of today, we continue to be captivated by the wonders held within Antarctica's icy plains. Experts know that the snow-covered peaks and the thick ice sheets contain many secrets and stories. As the world's last unexplored wilderness, Antarctica is shrouded in mystery, and as a land of extremes, it's also great at keeping its secrets. The frozen continent is about 1.5 times the size of the United States and 99% is covered in ice, making up 90% of all the ice on Earth. Here's a list of scientific discoveries from the mysterious continent. 1. Underground lakes. First uncovered in 1970 with radars, there are estimated to be around 400 lakes sitting under 3 kilometers of ice, in the regions that were explored. Scientists believe the lakes were formed after the separation of Antarctica from Gondwanaland, the ancient supercontinent. The lakes don't freeze because of the pressure from the weight of the ice sheet. 2. Deep Lake. Deep Lake is an inland lake in East Antarctica that has fascinated scientists for years. The lake sits 55 meters below sea level, with water salinity increasing as it gets deeper. Its salty waters are comparable to the Dead Sea and are 10 times saltier than the ocean. This means the water does not freeze, despite temperatures reaching -20 C at its deepest point. 3. Blood Falls. In the McMurdo Dry Valley, a bright crimson, 5-story waterfall pours out of Taylor Glacier into Lake Bonny. It looks like a gush of blood from a wound in the ice, but scientists have recently discovered the cause behind this mysterious phenomenon. The water that feeds Blood Falls was once a salty lake preserved 400 meters underground and has become 3 times saltier than seawater and cannot freeze. The saltwater is also extremely rich in iron and completely devoid of oxygen and sunlight. As the iron-rich water seeps through a fissure in the glacier and comes into contact with the air, the iron oxidizes and rusts, staining the water a dark red color. This eerie sight is only accessible by helicopter or cruise ships visiting the Ross Sea. 4. Unusual creatures. Antarctica is a barren, icy desert with very little rain, fierce winds, and the coldest temperatures on Earth, -89.4 degrees Celsius, yet it's also home to a myriad of unique wildlife. It was previously thought that nothing could survive beneath the massive ice sheets. However, scientists have discovered several unusual species that have adapted to the harsh environment. There are microbes, crustaceans, colossal squid, leggy spiders the size of dinner plates, giant worms with shiny golden bristles and a large sharp-toothed jaw. You can even find see-through icefish. These strange creatures have large eyes, and their internal organs can be seen through their translucent skin. 5. Ancient fossils and rainforests. Antarctica is an ancient land that has undergone some incredible transformations over millions of years. Before it became a frozen desert after the Ice Age, Antarctica was a warm region with rainforests and possibly even civilizations. The theory developed from the discovery of fossilized wood, signs of tropical trees and leaf impressions that show the existence of rainforests in Antarctica. Scientists have also found a ton of fossils from marine animals, birds and dinosaurs from the Cretaceous period. 6. Gamburtsev Mountain Range. Antarctica holds many secrets beneath its vast ice sheets, even a massive mountain range. Hidden below a 2,000 to 4,000 kilometer thick sheet of ice are the Gamburtsev Mountains. The Gamburtsevs have long baffled scientists as to how they were formed and why they still exist. As the mountains are around 1 billion years old, they should have eroded away with the geological passing of time. There are many theories about how they are still standing, predominantly that there may be a frozen mantle protecting the mountains from erosion. 7. Singing ice. A massive slab of ice in Antarctica is singing. The Ross Ice Shelf is the largest ice shelf in Antarctica. It's several hundred meters thick and covers an area over 500,000 square kilometers, around the size of France. Scientists have recently discovered that the Ross Ice Shelf sings an eerie melody, caused by the winds blowing across the snow dunes. The vibrations aren't audible to human ears, and scientists discovered these by accident, after seismic sensors were installed on the ice shelf to observe other behaviors. The song changes in response to the environment, such as melting or storms shifting the snow. Scientists are now using the song as a tool to monitor the ice shelf in real time, tracking its stability and vulnerability for collapse through the seismic humming. 8. The Giant Hole. A hole the size of Ireland opened in Antarctica in 2017. Known as Apollonia, the hole is nothing new, except with a span of 78,000 square kilometers. It's the largest hole to be observed since the 1970s, and the first one to open in 40 years. Scientists aren't completely sure why the Polynias are created, but believe it may be marine mammals using the openings to breathe. They're still working to understand the impacts of these strange, giant holes. 9. Mount Erebus. Despite the freezing conditions, Antarctica is home to several volcanoes. There are 4 volcanoes on Ross Island, although all are inactive except Mount Erebus, which has increased in volcanic activity in the last 30 years. Mount Erebus is an extreme natural wonder, with liquid magma and ancient lava lakes that have been boiling for around 1.3 million years. It's the world's southernmost active volcano and Antarctica's second highest volcano, towering to 3,800 meters high. Several ice caves are discovered with thriving microorganisms in its soil, and it is believed that these extreme creatures are some of the most unique in the world. 10. Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean was named the world's 5th ocean in 2000. It's the 4th largest ocean in the world, surrounding the entire continent of Antarctica. It plays a major role in driving global ocean. This mysterious ocean may hold the secret to carbon emission absorption. Scientists have found that the Southern Ocean has absorbed 15% of carbon emissions created by humans. 11. McMurdo Dry Valleys. Antarctica is the largest desert in the world. It's incredibly dry and windy, with as little as 50 millimeters of rain annually, while 99% of the continent is covered in ice. In the remaining 1%, you'll find the McMurdo Dry Valleys, where massive sand dunes reach up to 70 meters high and 200 meters wide. The dry valleys have a similar climate to Mars, and scientists believe the region could hold the secrets to life on other planets. However, the dunes are moving at an alarming rate, migrating at an average of 1.5 meters per year. Scientists are currently working quickly to unlock the mysteries of the dunes before they are gone forever. 12. Antarctic fungi. Many microorganisms and extremophiles have been discovered throughout Antarctica, including an endemic species of fungi. Although fungi typically flourish in warm, wooded regions, this Antarctic fungus survives in the freezing conditions by feasting on the centuries-old wooden huts abandoned by the first explorers. Another type of fungi has been discovered gorging on the petroleum leaking from fuel containers left by explorers. Scientists are studying these fascinating creatures to see if the fungus could be used to clean up larger oil spills around the world. 13. Ancient meteorites. Antarctica is a goldfield for meteorites as they are easier to find in Antarctica because the cold, dry conditions preserve the rocky fragments and because they are easier to spot on the stark white surface of the ice. In 2013, a team of Japanese and Belgian scientists discovered the largest meteorite found in East Antarctica in 25 years. The team searched for meteorites for 40 days, finding 425 meteorites which included a piece of the asteroid Vesta and a meteorite from Mars. 14. Aliens, Nazis and the Lost City. From elongated skulls and strange pyramids, to alien spaceships, bizarre structures and a giant staircase, many people believe that Antarctica once housed extraterrestrial life, or still does. Every year, there are dozens of reported UFO sightings, while Google Earth has captured some unusual activity, said to be the work of aliens. It's a hotspot for alien hunters, so keep your eyes peeled for any bizarre green lights in the sky. The mystery of Antarctica continues deep below its surface, where no one has gone before. It is said that the lost city of Atlantis is hidden beneath the kilometers of ice. The city would have thrived when Antarctica was a warm, tropical region, and would have been buried after the Ice Age froze the continent. It's highly possible that a civilization existed in Antarctica, but it's yet to be proven that the continent is the site of the fabled lost city. It's also theorized that the Nazis used underground Antarctica as a secret hideaway, and some people believe that Hitler fled there after the war. Hitler did have a passion for the occult, and was searching for something in Antarctica. Nazi Germans built a station in Antarctica. Although the theory has been disproven, it doesn't stop the speculation on what lies beneath Antarctica's mysterious surface. The Great White Continent is the most baffling and unexplained corner on Earth, and despite the dedicated efforts of scientists around the world, we may never know all its secrets.